Good morning, everyone. This is going to be a little bit of a unscripted, unplanned, just rolled out of bed morning vlog because I rolled out of bed today and it kind of hit me that tonight is going to be the final episode of Game of Thrones ever, and I feel absolutely nothing. Got my morning coffee here. Shouts out Trader Joe's Dark Roast, some of the best shit you can buy on the market. Tonight is the series finale of Game of Thrones. I feel nothing. And it's because the writers have betrayed my trust. Maybe I'll sound a little bit better without the air condition blasting. It was like in the back of my mind. I'm like, wait, should I not have the air condition on? Yeah, probably. I wonder if anything I said before got picked up, but we'll just have to wait and see in post. I feel like the writers have betrayed my trust so much that it's like, whatever they do can't be redeemed from this point. They've done so much damage with the way they handled the Night King and the character assassination of Daenerys and even the destruction of Jaime's character arc that they can't really redeem themselves as a good show anymore. This could be the best episode of the show ever. This could be the incredible finale that we've been waiting for, and I assume it's going to borrow heavily from George's influence and George's notes, because he said pretty much the way to get there is going to be completely different, but the base bullet points are going to be the same, which is why I do think Daenerys' turn will be in the books, but be handled much more effectively. So this really could be just straight bullet points, and it could checking off everything, but the damage they've already done is irreversible because of its placement in the greater scale of the overall narrative. For example, another show that went to complete shit that was like I was as invested with Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire as I am in that show, and I tried for a little bit covering it here. I don't know if you remember that era, but that show was Ruby. Volumes 1 through 3, and I'd even say volumes 4 were shaping up to be, sound familiar, the best show ever made. And I'm a volume 4 sympathizer, just like I am a season 6 and 7 of Game of Thrones sympathizer, I feel like, where those go beyond anything George intended, and I still think they're incredible. So that's where I stand on volume 4. That goes beyond wherever Monty intended. We don't know for sure, but Ruby, however, is a show that is far from being done. So when it jumped the shark and went to becoming a bad show, it's terrible, it's a tragedy, it's a monstrosity, it's disgusting, it's unbearable. However, it's easy to pinpoint, okay, the early parts of this show were good, but everything beyond this is bad, so it's not worth watching. When the entire show leading up to it, the final season, the final couple of episodes, is the best show ever made, and then in the last second, the last chance they had, they ruined it. I feel like that's much sharper of a blow. It's also not a slow burn, because with Ruby, you had about a whole season and then another whole season to sort of just brew in it and process that this show that you loved is bad now. While with Game of Thrones, it's happening so quickly over the course of a few weeks that there's just no time to process, and the only thing you could feel is just rage on the internet. So what do I think is going to happen tonight? I think they're hinting that Arya is going to kill Daenerys, but I think it's probably going to be Jon. I was thinking about it this week, but didn't really have time to pull together a whole separate video. That'll probably mirror 10,000 years ago when the original Azor Ahai had to stab Nyssa to create Lightbringer. It'll be some sort of subversion of that to where we don't know the full story and the causality that we understand, where he killed his wife to create the sword to beat the evil that we know as the others, could have been reversed but muddled through history, where the others are already gone and he needed to kill his wife. It could be a sort of subversive reversal of the myth we know, and I think that's probably what the prequel is going to go into. So what I think is probably going to happen tonight, and it could be completely proven wrong with what the showrunners have been doing this season, is that Jon is probably going to kill Daenerys, give up on everything, and take a journey beyond the wall, just forget about life, forget about everything, say his watch has ended truly, and just forget. He's been burned too many times to stick around. And I think what's going to happen is going to be Sansa fills in that role. Sansa takes the Iron Throne. Dany will kill Tyrion if she's not dealt with quickly enough. So if she's dealt with quick enough to where she doesn't have time to kill Tyrion, then I could see Tyrion living on, and probably if Sansa takes the throne, becoming her advisor and closest confidant, and maybe even husband. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I could see that happening. However, if Daenerys has a little bit of time to brew before she is officially taken out, I think that Tyrion's a goner, and it sucks. But do you guys think that Cersei and Jaime are still alive and they survived the Rumble, one or the other, or both? Because my parents seem to think that they're both still alive, because we saw Arya survive Rumble and Arya survive Crashes, but Arya's Arya. She has the thickest coat of plot armor ever conceived on right now, so all day in New York, all day and all night, just sirens, crime. It's just God. Tonight's the finale of Game of Thrones, and I do not feel anything. Maybe when I actually sit down to watch the episode, I'll get those flurries and that nervousness and be like, this is it. This is the end of what was my favorite show. But I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm staring at my new wallpaper, which is the start to Clegane where the mountain has the higher ground and Sandor's walking up. And you see the dragon flying overhead. And I'm like looking at that wallpaper right now. I'm like, that was the best thing out of the last episode. I made it a wallpaper even know how bad the episode was. And it reminds me of the episode every day. So maybe I should probably change that. But what are you going to do? Well, guess I'll see you guys on the other side.